Hey guys, welcome back to Daily English Conversation Practice with me. Well, I'm sure you're enjoying my other videos as well. And if you have watched those videos, please go and watch my videos. It's fun, it's interesting, and it's very helpful. You can practice it with me, you can practice it after me, you can practice with that idea which I'm speaking about. So anyways, anyhow, whatever ways you practice, it is really going to help you to achieve fluency and confidence in speaking English. So guys, please try out and let me know in the comment section if it worked for you. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about a very important part of our life. It's called success and failures. We all have witnessed success, we all have witnessed failures, right? We all have celebrated our success and we all were disheartened with our failures, right? So we have this sweet and sour experience throughout our life. So why don't we start talking about it? That is why I've chosen this topic of my success and failures, so that I can talk about my success and failures and you can connect with me, and you can speak after me what I am talking about, or you can come up with your own failures and success and you can start speaking on those lines. Right, so this is kind of a sample which I'm presenting to you, and accordingly you can also come up with the sentences and the ideas about your success and failures, and you can speak about it in English confidently and fluently. On that note, welcome back to my channel. I'm a communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. Let's talk about my success and failures. Guys, it's quite interesting to know people's success and failures. I am always been intrigued by this. Whenever I meet people, I always talk about their success stories or their failures as well, right? We are very shy about our failures, but I think that failures help us to get success in our lives. This is what I personally believe. And I very strongly believe in this. So whenever you talk to people, whenever you go and meet people, whether they are your relatives, friends, or anybody whom you have met, please definitely ask about their success stories and their failure stories as well. They will also be happy to share that, and you will get to know a lot of things. You will gain a lot of experience out of it, right? Because not everybody's success and failures are the same. Somebody has struggled a lot. Somebody probably they're so fortunate enough that they don't even struggle a lot and they get success in life, right? So there are lots of kinds of people who have different stories to tell, and it's very interesting, guys. Trust me on this. So today I'm going to talk about my success and failures. Well, I'm going to start with, I was a medical aspirant. Yes. So when I was in 10th, I was very passionate about the medical stream. I wanted to become a doctor. Of course, there was a peer pressure also. My parents also wanted me to become a doctor. So that is why I was brought up with, that is what I was brought up with, like listening to. And I was also very interested in becoming a doctor. So I did my 10th, I did my 12th, I prepared well, and I gave the entrance exams. But unfortunately, it didn't click. I was very disheartened. I was quite sad, upset about it. My parents were also a little disheartened, but they were like cheering me, okay, no problem. If you want to give it a try, you can give one more attempt. Okay. And then finally, I decided to take one more attempt. And I started preparing for my medical entrance. I joined a coaching institute and I did every sort of things. But then I don't know, I somehow lost interest or got disconnected with that idea of becoming a doctor. I don't know when that happened or how that happened. I was preparing well. I tried giving my 100%, but then I felt somewhere that I got disconnected with that idea of becoming a doctor. And again, I gave the entrance exam and I couldn't qualify. And at that time, I realized that no, I will not waste my time now. I'm going to do something else. And probably I'll go with my intuition, what I want to do. Okay, so at that time, internet was not there. I couldn't search much about, which streams are available or what to do. We didn't had much advantage of knowing a lot of things, right, about different courses, different things which are available in the market and what is beneficial for you. You can try. So those options were not available. So I just made up my mind of going ahead with my science stream. So I took biotechnology and I started studying biotechnology in my graduation. Okay, so that's where I entered my biotechnology. I failed in my medical entrance exam. That was my first failure ever. So anyways, I was quite okay with it later on because I thought that I got disconnected. I never wanted to be into that. I started feeling lately. And then I went into biotechnology. I enjoyed my graduation. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of good experiences there, and it was kind of okay, not great. But later on, then I thought of doing something. Then I started thinking about what to do next, because having a biotechnology degree doesn't work, right? You have to do some PhD or masters, right? And then you can get into the right job. Okay, because it is a science field, it is more of a research and all, so you have to just dedicate yourself to studying more, and then once you attain a degree, and then you can start working on that field, in that field. So the process was very long, and I thought, like, no, that it's not my type. So what to do next? So I got into an MBA course which was also into biotechnology, and I did my MBA course, and then I decided to get into HR. That was the first decision I've ever made, which was the best decision of my life, I guess. Yes, because getting into HR and when I started working into HR, I realized that this is something which I really wanted to do in my life. This is something which is really me, because since childhood, very outspoken, very extrovert kind of a person, and I was a very people's person. I get along with people very well. I talk to people. I can talk to anybody, like a kid to an old man or an old woman. So I can talk to anybody very easily. So that was a kind of my qualities which helped me into getting into HR and being probably successful into an HR field. So that was the best decision of my life. That is the first thing that was the decision which I took, which I am still proud of. So that was my first success in my career. Then after completing my course, of course, I was thinking of getting into a job. So my college got a lot of companies into the campus, but probably I didn't like much. I had some other dreams of getting into some other profile and other companies. So those were not my choice. So I didn't sit for those interviews. But I gave other interviews also, and somehow it didn't clicked. And I really faced a lot of rejections at that point of time. Trust me on this. I have faced a lot of rejections. It was just, I don't know why it happened, but I was quite disheartened about it. I was like, all my friends are getting into something or the other. They are getting placed, and I couldn't find a job for myself. So I kind of started, doubting myself, like whether this was a right decision of getting into HR and, looking for a job into HR. I started doubting myself, and I was very disheartened and kind of very sad about it. Like, everybody's getting through the interviews. Why am I not getting through the interviews? I'm getting rejected in the interviews. I started talking to people about how they prepared for the interview and what questions were asked and how they answered the questions. So by talking to people, I got to know about like how they answer questions, what questions are asked, and I started preparing myself also on those lines. Right? Everybody has a different experience. The basic questions, about your introduction and everything is the same, right? You have to prepare. But then I spoke up to them about how they answered those questions and what all questions were asked and everything. And I realized there was something which I was missing, right? So then I started to come up with a script and started coming up with questions and answers. Okay. And then after preparing for some times, I thought of again giving the interviews. So I got one interview call from an IT company, which was an MNC. I wanted somebody into core HR. So I went there and I gave the interview. My manager was so impressed by me then that she immediately handed me the offer letter, and she also handed me the appointment letter, and she asked me to join the same day. And I was so confused. I couldn't express my happiness, I couldn't express my sadness. I don't know what to do. I was quite happy about, like, I got an offer, and then at the same time I was very sad about it. She's asking me to join today. Who does that? I mean, I was quite confused. I was just thinking of spreading this news to my friends and family and everybody, talking to them and telling them, see, I got selected in an interview and I'm going to join this company. And I was quite happy about it, but she just shattered all my dreams and she asked me to join the same day. And I was like, I couldn't say anything to her. I was like, ma'am, please, can I join from tomorrow or a day later? She was like, why? Why do you want to join after a day? Why can't you join from today? And I was like, I couldn't tell her, I have to tell my relatives and friends and my parents about my selection. So I requested her, then I honestly told her that, I want to just tell my parents also and everybody else. So I just want some time. Maybe tomorrow I'll come. I can join by tomorrow. Then finally she agreed. She said, okay, fine, no problem. Go and celebrate your day and then come tomorrow. So that was the quickest joining I ever had. I couldn't imagine, I couldn't believe that this will happen to me. So this is one of the success for my career. So I got through an IT company, I got into a good profile, and the person asked me, and I was asked to join the same day. So it was quite a shocker and a surprise also on the same day. So that was a good experience for me, and it was something which I always remember, my first job. So that was the thing which makes me remember my first job. And of course, first job is something very special to everybody, and everybody remembers how they were selected and what happened to them on that day. So this is one of my success. So I've shared one of my failure stories and one of my success stories, how I managed to make my career, right, of my choice. I started with something, I ended up with something else, and now how that helped me to become successful, right? So that was the point where my journey to a successful career started, from that company, my first company. Then later on I switched to 2-3 different companies, and I gained a lot of experience into recruitments, into training and development, and a lot of other HR related activities. And finally I became a communications coach. I decided to start my YouTube channel, come here every day and talk to you about anything which can help you to speak English fluently and confidently. So this is my success and failure stories about my career, guys. Lots of failures and rejections we face in life, and the lots of success also we experience in our life, right? Some people might face a lot of failures, and then after a long time they get successful. Okay, some people might face little failures and then become successful in life. So it happens. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. You should not be disheartened. That's the only objective. So what you can do, as when I started facing failures, about rejections in the interviews, I started talking to people, right, about what they were asked, how they answered, what questions can come across, how to answer this question. I used to talk to my professors also, and my colleagues also, and my friends also, and then I got to know a lot of questions and how to answer those questions, and then I started preparing. So that is what the solution I came up with, right? I didn't give up to my failures, like, okay, I'm getting rejected in the interviews, I won't be able to do anything in my life, I probably choose a wrong career for myself, right? I didn't think like that. What I started doing instead was I started correcting that. I started taking measures of how to correct that thing, right? Taking initiatives about it. So, and it helped me, guys. I got selected in a good company with a good package and everything was great. So that is why don't be scared of your failures. Just try to analyze why it is happening. Try to analyze, try to come up with something which can help you to get out of this failure trap. Okay. So guys, I'm sure you have got a lot of idea about how to talk about your success and failures. We all have success and failures in our life. You can just take one success and one failure, as I have taken, and start speaking about it. About your career you can talk about, or anywhere, whatever you have you have undertaken anything, you have started a business probably. So you can talk about that, right? Whatever you have done in life, you can just talk about one success and one failure in English, and definitely this exercise is going to help you a lot. So keep speaking and keep practicing. Bye bye.